just depends, whatever you're exposed to. But the purpose of it is to explore your happy place and think outside the box to make the happy place someplace that you want to go to.
Right. Wait, I talked to Dakota last night, and that was interesting. I made her take some stuff down. She has an account that I wasn't that I obviously didn't approve of. I'm
Okay.
not big in the social media, but yeah, I made her take it down. She
Okay.
actually didn't fight me.
Let's go into that one then, because that'll kind of tie into Terry with his daughter Erin, and it'd be a good place to start because she's 12 years old, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as everybody's kind of like flowing in there. So,
Okay.
and then it officially starts when my phone says it is 9 o'clock. But I tell you what, let's.
Morning, Mr. Pascal.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Donna.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good
Uh,
morning. Good
I did my
morning.
homework.
Yay.
who's that? Adriana.
Yes.
Okay, good, good. We're gonna give everybody about another minute, and then Adriana starts us off. Then Adriana, who's your caseworker, Adriana?
Geneva Golf.
Okay. Hey guys, I need everybody to send me a separate email with your caseworker, because I want to be able to reach out to them and tell them how shit at 8:59 it's like 12 people already in class and people are doing their homework assignment and reaching out to each other. So I want them to feel the flavor of the class. Sometimes, especially some of the classes, like now check it out. It's one of them that's an all dayer. Um, um, and so you don't really get a lot from those classes. And so sometimes they want to know what you've comprehended, how well can you apply it, and things like that. Okay, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody as people are coming in. Um, your background is coming in. I want to be able to hear. So today like I said, I'm a record most of them. Periodically, I'll put them on my YouTube. But if something appears and you say, "Hey man, don't put that on YouTube, bro," just don't hesitate to let me know. Now it's real challenging. A lot of people are doing no video today. I don't have no problem with that because I can be in my own zone. Except I need you to make sure that you're preparing yourself for your Zoom call with the courts. And when you're preparing yourself with the Zoom call with your courts, everything is important. Absolutely everything. I even recommend that you have a shirt and tie. Absolutely. What you're fighting for should be the most important thing in your life. And there's something that they say called dress for success. And I'm telling you, man, body language is everything. So without further ado, Adriana declared that she did her homework and take it away. You got to turn it on, Adriana.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. I need to do a roll call when you finish just to make sure you're right. Go ahead.
Okay, so my homework for November 11th was find one YouTube that you did and write about it.
Yeah.
And I did the one, why should the judge give your children back?
That was a great class.
And so presenting your why in court to the judge, show the judge your reason for doing the things you're doing today. And then I said, find the why and why I should get my son back. First of all, I've been through a lot in my life. I've survived sexual abuse as a child. I've survived domestic violence abuse as a mother. And I have survived drug addiction in a world where most people do not. In January of 2020, almost 80,000 people died from drug overdose. Due to my life experience, I have learned tools to teach my son on how to become a strong man and a productive member of society. I can be an example to not only my son, but to other people. Just because bad things happen in life does not mean you have to give up. Being a victim is a sad situation, but being a survivor is what breeds strength and character. being the person I am today is not for my children. I am the survivor I am today for myself because I can't do it consistently for me. I can't do it for my son.
Okay, real
And
good.
that's what I got.
Some people say, I don't get a chance to talk in front of the judge. And so, you know why most people don't get a chance to talk in front of the judge? And then you'll hear it sometime in these classes, guys. Really, these classes are really good. I want you learning every step of the way. Sometimes the language or the body language from somebody on the Zoom call could be so neuronish that, hey man, judge ain't trying to hear it. Well, he should. He's a judge. Yeah, you're right. So that's why when you open up your conversation while hitting Zoom, you remember that you're releasing dolphins. And so, Adriana, you can get a chance to tell him that by releasing dolphins every single time that you're on the Zoom call. If you don't, you gotta want to tell him your why. That's something that he needs in his head when he's thinking about your case, unless your why is weak. All right. Good job. Who else did their homework? Oh, wait a minute. Stop. We have, okay, let me do a check-in with the people that's on non-video. Samantha, you with me?
Yes, sir.
Carissa, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Anna, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Terry, are you with me? Robert, are you with me?
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Okay,
I'm sorry, I'm taking a parenting class because you wouldn't let me off work.
Okay, no, don't. Okay, Terry, you're the one that's at work. You ain't got to say one word. Just do your job and listen as much as you can. Hey, Robert, are you here? Okay, no, Robert and Terry. Terry, you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, and I think Robert was doing something down there. Okay, next person. Next person that did their homework. Let's rock and roll here. I'm gonna put everybody on mute, and the next person that did their homework, go ahead and take it away. If nobody.
Well, Mr.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Somebody go ahead. My bad.
Well, I was going to say, because you told us watch the 13th Amendment, and I mean, I really didn't know what kind of report you wanted on it. So if you want, we can talk about it. I can talk about it actively to you.
Talk to me.
I mean, because the 13th Amendment, Tara and I both have been victims to that loophole where we went to prison and you're basically enslaved because Texas is one of the only states that does not pay you some sort of wage in order to work. And when you go to another state, which I've been in Oklahoma, it's a minimal wage. It's like if you're working in the kitchen, it's like 25 cents an hour. But I found it interesting how they built an entire empire of prisons off of a loophole. And now they're calling for prison reform because people are sick of it. They didn't put that in there. It's what it is families are sick of it. They're tired of, you know what, you do this, you're going to jail. That's what it is. They've made people into the new cattle. They earmark us, and once we're earmarked, they say, okay, well, you just go back into prison if you get in trouble again. There's no rehabilitation. It's funny. TDCJ used to be TDC, which was Texas Department of Corrections, but then they took the corrections out of it and took it and made it into criminal justice. Just like if you go downtown Houston, they have the criminal justice building, which is what the court building is known as. And that's not the one with the civil courts. The civil courts, the civil building across the way. They have a specific building for criminal justice. And I just after seeing that and looking around at all of the things that I mean, like Texas has, I think they had 150 prisons at one point or something. They're closing them down now. Central, Bridgeport, West Texas ISF, a few of them have been shut down since I was in there in 2016. But and then I saw a lot of the injustice for the Black community. It was just a way I got caught in the crossfire because I was doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. But it wasn't even really meant for me. It was meant for the black community to go in. It was meant for a way for them to re-enslave the black race,
Oh man.
which is some bullshit. I mean, it's like we can't get you this way, so we're gonna get you that way. And you know, I don't know. It's really sad that the government, and then they brought up just say no to crack. Well, the government, aren't they the ones that invented crack? I mean, didn't they, and that was to get the black population hooked to it. And then they started giving these, and then they amplified the law for crack cocaine, of course. And if you were a white person, you just get slapped on the wrist. But if you were a black person, you were getting 25, 30 years.
You go, boy.
So you can really see the social inequality watching that. And it's not just people whining and on there saying, woe is me. They're giving facts. They're giving facts and saying, this is what they did. And here's the proof of what they did. And it's incontrovertible. They can't, no one can dispute it. It is what they really, it is what the government really did. And, you know, like I said, Tara and I got caught in the crossfire, but the penal system, for what I'm looking at, wasn't even meant for us, given the tone of our skin. It wasn't meant for us. And that's why I've been in prison 3 times and I've never done more than a 4-year sentence. But I guarantee, had I been black, I would have probably got 20 this last time.
Damn, you killing me today, bro. That's some good shit. I'm sorry, it is.
I mean, that's just what I mean. That's the way I see it. You know, I learned a lot of stuff by watching that. I didn't, you know, I've always considered us the new cattle as far as people go for especially the Texas penitentiary, because we're one of the worst ones. But then I saw the other facets of it, and I was like, that is really screwed up that you would do that to humans. You gave, and then Jim Crow laws gave second rate citizens. I mean, it was really sad. Like it's.
Yeah, I thought that was what our homework assignment was, Mr. Pichel. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I thought that's what it was too. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Talk to me, Terry.
Oh, well, I mean, when I was watching it, it just basically was saying how it's just basically saying the same thing that Josh said. But what I found really difficult about it was that what I took away from it was, if we can't own you, we're going to confine you. And you're going to always be this. You're never going to move up in the world. You'll never be a first-class citizen. It was like some Titanic shit, you know.
Where they segregated the from the
Yeah,
rich
that
from
when they're segregated, like it can't just be human and human. It had to be, well, you're black, so you're different. We're going to make sure that you know that you're different. You're like, and to this day, like even Trump was saying, which I was surprised about because I didn't know that he had even said, he was basically veiling it with saying, if it was a crowd, it was a rally, and he said,
going back to the good
if
old
that would have
days.
been a different person, if it was in the good old days, that person would have left in a stretcher. Because it was a black person. I know what you mean by that. It's a thinly veiled.
It flashed back to like the LA riots and everything else, and it would show them how they were pushing people out of the crowds and stuff during the Million Man March and everything.
You wonder why? Well, I mean, if a person wants to know why Black Lives Matter is a movement right now, because they're sick of being confined. People are sick of being told they're second class. People are sick of being told they're different. It's been dividing the country forever because we've done it. It's what we've done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry for the tangent, Mr. Pichel.
No. If you could have been on there in other classes, after the 13th class gets real. It really does. And for those that haven't watched it yet, you're gonna miss some good stuff by not watching it. I used to say this. Well, first of all, I've been doing different classes, conflict resolution. When I have a black class, they watching the 13th. For a long time, I didn't introduce 13 to my parenting classes because it was more a mixture. And then I used to start saying this. Until recently, I said, if you're white, it's going to be tough to watch. And the first 20 minutes or so is. But I've been stopped saying that.
It is tough to watch. There's a reason it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch because it makes you even rethink. Because I'll be honest, I used to sit there and think, oh man, you're just whining about this and da 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 da, and it's not really that.
Yes,
But
it is.
and then I saw it and I was like, they're sitting here sticking all these facts in front of me, and I'm like, that is fucked up. What? Yeah, I mean, like, I was at a loss for words when I saw some of the stuff on it. I was like, this is brutal. And that's a good word to describe it, is brutal. You take someone's freedom because you can't own them. You're like, you know what we're going to do is we're going to stick you basically in the same refugee camps that we're sticking people in that are coming across the border, even though we're not they brought themselves over here, but you didn't bring yourselves over here. We brought you over here. And then we're basically just sticking you in camps and saying, you know what, deal with it. This is what your life is. Here's a 30-year sentence, you know, and the 30-year sentence doesn't reflect the mandatory minimum sentencing for crack cocaine was absolutely ridiculous. And then they're taking the power away from the judges because the judges aren't able to say, you know, you got caught with a half of this, you didn't even have a gram on you, you know, which is what they do now. They say, there's under a gram, there's 1 to 4 grams, and there's a set punishment. Okay, this is the 3rd degree, this is the 2nd degree, this is the 1st degree. But they weren't having that back in the 80s when it was the war on drugs and everything else. And that's why I said, you know, Nancy Reagan come with just say no. But the government, isn't the government the one that created crack? You know, it was all a big facade. It was all just a dog and pony show for the public is all it was. Is we're going to say, but what you're really doing is you're criminalizing a race. And that's been going on for a long time. It's still even going on, you know, back in the days, NWA was a good example. You know, you've got freedom of speech, but if you've ever watched Straight Outta Compton, you've got freedom of speech, but they're up there singing a song saying "fuck the police," and the police are up there rushing them. How is that possible with freedom of speech? Unless you're a second-class citizen, or unless someone considers you a second-class citizen, there's no other way to look at that. So I mean, it's a very in-depth problem, and I think that a lot of people need to step forward. And I'm not saying just Black people. I think a lot of people need to step forward and say, you know what, it's about time that you quit this. You know, me personally, I know racism still exists, but racism is kind of a dated idea, in my opinion. I think it's stupid. We're all here together, and you know, and I don't see how they're still doing it, because we've already had a Black president, but they're still doing it to this day. I don't understand how they're doing it. It baffles me. Well, actually I do understand how they're doing it, because enough people are not coming to the cause. Enough people are not coming to the cause.
Don't worry about the phone, guys.
No, I'm just turning it on mute. I
Okay.
don't know who.
Man, that's just deep. And again, that's why you got to watch the 13th. You can't wait till you're trying to get your certificate to watch the 13th, because we have to massage the 13th into our class when we start talking about anger. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. One of the, you know, this is an interesting part of the program that I want everybody to make sure they get when they watch it. It talks about the prison rate stayed the same for many, many years. Real quick, my mother had a brother that one day disappeared. My mother's from St. Louis. He just went somewhere and disappeared. We never even heard from him again. We know what happened. He got picked up and put in one of those prisons. And you know, wasn't no social media back then. Yeah. But anyway, in the 1960s, the prison rates for the 1900s, 1960s, prison rates stayed the same. In 1960, ironically, around when the Civil Rights Act
movement, yeah.
All of a sudden, the prison rates started going up higher. And so in the beginning, that was a serious problem for Black Americans. Serious problem. Let's just be real. I'm sorry, I'm a Black instructor, but I'm going to have to tell you how it is. And it was a bad problem. 1970, it doubled. 1980, it doubled. All of a sudden,
yeah, you saw the spikes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, it just wasn't a black person problem no more. It became everybody's problem. 1990, it doubled. 2000. Y'all hear me say the prison rates have gone up 400%, but you don't really digest that number until you watch the 13.
Well, here's a number you can digest. It was really because this kind of, I didn't know this was the statistic. 1 in 17 white people will go to prison, but 1 in 3 black people will go to prison.
Yeah. And that again, and that's a stat around early 2000.
That means in 1 in 3, 1 in 3 means about 5.5 black people will go to prison for every 1 white person. Break that down. That's what it is. That's about, so if you had a half a person, he'd be in prison too. Maybe he's a midget. So the
Again, deep stuff to digest. And so now I reel you into the classroom of the parenting class, and I say to each one of you that your kids are now prey for the prison systems.
nice.
And one of the biggest tickets to get inside the prison system is a kid with anger. Don't nobody give a shit about nobody being mad. And young kids have a right to be mad because those parents over there are screwing up. They're not getting on that highway of hell and getting their kids back. They're arguing about the caseworker. They're arguing about the day is blue. They're arguing about the day is purple. They need to get their babies back, period. And then fix the system. And getting your babies back means, and I know Dawn is listening. Oh gosh, she's not here. Yes, she is. Preparing yourself for the big fight. And preparing yourself means putting dolphins in your life. Smile more. Shit, that's corny, I know, but smile more. You release dopamines, the same dopamines that we talked about with meth. When you take meth, your body automatically releases them. Well, guess what else automatically releases them? A damn smile. A damn smile. It releases them. And guys, if you haven't watched the 13th, I ain't gonna be saying every time watch 13th. You need to watch the 13th so you can get in the midst of what we're talking about. Because I say unto you, yeah, it used to be our kids. Today is everybody damn kids. The more people go to prison, the more money is made by people that invest in prisons. 70% go back because there's no money in rehabilitating. The money is in your ass going back, not rehabilitate you.
And that's what I was that's what I was talking about with the Texas Department. It used to be the Texas Department of Corrections. It became the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And now, the last time I was in there, I mean, you're starting to see more programs like cognitive intervention and changes, but they cut education. They still cut education to where they cut a lot of college courses out of there. Like, I got lucky and I went to this little, basically day spa of a prison in Cleveland where they had an electrical class that didn't cost anything. So I went and got my NCCER certification. Not that that does me any good because I just don't want to work with electricity because I don't want to die. And I would touch a wire somewhere. That's who I am. So, I get fried. But they took a lot of the dynamics of reducing recidivism out of the prison because they just wanted it to be a turnstile. And I've been to prison 3 times. I'm living proof of it. I've been 3 times. And my first time, and this is where I stopped liking cops, is they pull me into this interrogation room and they want to act like they're your buddy. And I'm a kid and I don't know any better. So I'm just like, I'll just get it off my chest. I'll tell you what's going on. And I ended up with 3 years because of it. I'm not saying I didn't deserve the 3 years because I did rob that house. I did that. But had I known better than these tactics they use, I probably would have got probation. But instead they had this, or I probably would have got off because they had no proof except for the words coming out of my mouth. And then the next time I went to prison, I was just running from them. I was trying to get away from them because who wants to be with the cops? And they're like, you know what, you're going back to prison. I mean, so anytime, anything I do now, it doesn't matter. Since I've been, so once you've been, anything you do after that, you're going again. You might as well forget about it. Tara, same thing. Like Tara, if Tara messes up again, Tara does anything, and Tara didn't even do anything really. Tara just took time for me because they were trying to give me 25 years. So she
That's
just took,
relevant.
so she took a 2-year sentence and went and did that real quick and was like, yeah, whatever. But now that she's been to prison, she's earmarked, and that's the whole thing. She's earmarked now. So whatever you do, you just know that you're going to prison. And that's why we don't do anything anymore. We sit here and we go to our jobs like she's at right now, and I'm going to in a couple of hours, and we mind our P's and Q's, and we don't cause problems, and we keep our head down, and we actually move to an entirely new city where cops don't know us. Because in Beaumont, I don't know if you're in Beaumont, but I've noticed something about Beaumont cops. They don't really care. Like you could walk down the street drinking a 40, stumbling, and they're just like, whatever, do what you do. Who cares? Like that's what I've got from them because I've been pulled over once. The cop fist bumped me because he was like, "You got your life together? That's awesome." Fist bump. I was like, okay. I'm used to having my head slammed on a hood, not getting a fist bump from you people. But
You, you just don't know. Sometimes you guys are telling your story and you don't realize, especially if you haven't been in the class a lot, your stories are so similar to other folks' stories. And
yeah,
and I hope that other folks, when they're listening, Kay, that you're hearing these stories and how similar they are. I mean, I just thought of you right away when he was saying it about him and Tara. So that's another beauty. And man, bring the spirit into the class, and that's how we get something out of it. Mr. Terry, you had your hand up.
Who, me?
Terry Willis.
Terry
Yes, sir.
Willis. Terry Willis.
I I did my homework, and the homework that I did. You hear me? Do you hear me?
I hear you now, Terry. Go ahead.
Okay. I did my homework, but what I did was I wrote I wrote a rap, but I don't have a beat, so I'm gonna do it like a cappella, but I'm gonna do it to like a poem. But this is what I got for hope.
Okay.
Okay, hope. HOPE. Holding on to positive energy. Let's keep hope alive. If you find yourself surrounded by sharks thinking that you won't survive, you got the power to release the dolphins within. Just look deep inside. Strong mind with a strong heart. Forget the foolish pride. Got to stay down for the cause when you're making stride. Make a way out of no way. Elevate your mind. Get your happy place. It's not hard to find. I hope you get the message I'm sending with positive vibes. HOPE. Hold on to positive energy. Let's keep hope alive.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, man.
Little,
You
just a
know,
little poem, little.
you don't
That was beautiful, Terry.
that was good. You don't even need a beat for that. You know, you could just do spoken word. Have you
Yeah.
ever done spoken word?
Nah, ain't
Spoken word is just basically poetry with an emotional attachment to it. So you speak with the emotions when you're emphasizing things and everything else. Like that reminded me more of spoken word than a rap. I do some spoken word, but that was really good.
All of you guys do spoken words, and that's why we're here now, because every word that you speak to your babies have to penetrate with them. And so that's why we're talking so much about these dolphin things. Remember your relationships. When the person said, sweetheart, come here for a second, or they said, bitch, come here, it had two different effects, right? One of them, you ain't trying to hear that bullshit. And so my parents are not saying, bitch, come here. Well, some of them are. but they're bringing the same type of sharks into that conversation with their kids. And all of you are living proof of people who needed your parents in your life. Josh needed a dad. He needed a dad. He needed a dad to go fishing, to just kick it with. And that's you guys. You guys. That's you guys. Your kids need a mom and a dad. But if mom is full of shit or dad is full of shit, you know, he got to go on and play with the shit. Because these kids, they need you. Math and stuff was going on when y'all was little. All y'all are almost my kids' age from looking at you, really. But now it's more shit in the puddle. And so your experiences were given to you for a reason. Josh, you the best dad on the block, man, because it ain't no kid that comes to your house that you can't relate to. But if it's not a positive light about you, the right ones ain't gonna follow you.
Yep.
All of you guys, man, that's why these classes are so important. It's not a lot of people say, hey, let's huddle up. Let's be nice. There ain't no game called the nice game. And 7,000 kids drop out of school a day. Resonate that.
That's crazy.
And the number one reason is bullying. They just want somewhere to chill. And so a lot of girls, check this out, y'all. You gonna have some class today. A lot of girls having babies because they just want something to love. And they don't even know how to love them. Families have grown by 66%. That means it's more fish in the pond, and the prison rates have gone up 700%, y'all. Who else? Good job, guys. Who else did their homework? Many of you guys I gave, who did their homework 0 to 100 real quick? Let's talk about that. Anybody?
What you mean? Like right after we got off the thing?
Yeah, there's another record I want you guys to listen to. It's called 0 to 100 real quick by Drake.
Oh, that's right. That's right. 0 to 100.
Now check
Drake.
this out. I love this class because, okay, so when I was a teacher and my kids listened to 0 to 100, they bumped their head, and they interpret it as, when I get mad, I go 0 to 100 real quick on your ass. It really wasn't until a couple of weeks ago when Terry said, no, it's got a different meaning. So as parents, you guys, you gotta, Donna, you can't say I don't like rap, so I ain't dealing with that shit, because today kids might be dealing with it. And you gotta go inside that rap and give them the real message that they need. My babies in high school, all they heard was 0 to 100, and they was whooping each other's ass every day. They was getting mad about everything. And I kid you not, promise to God, I'm never gonna lie to you. I'm still friends with a lot of them cats on Facebook. Many of them are dead or in jail. Inkster High School in Detroit, an at-risk school. My point guard, who called me Pops and calls my wife Mom, is in prison for the rest of his life. He's in prison because he drove the car where somebody robbed a dope man, somebody got shot. And guess why they robbed the dope man? Because his uncle, who was a big time dope dealer, made him do it. He ain't had no dad. God, I could cry telling you guys this, man. Listen to me, please. There's so many kids that need you. Oh my God. And they
Wait, he was just the driver?
He was just a driver. He was just
That's crazy. Let me tell you why that's crazy.
You ain't got to tell me, but go ahead.
Because my brother went to prison for 6 months for being the driver of a robbery getaway car, and then got shock probation. But this guy's away for the rest of his life. So my brother walked free in 6 months, because it was back in the day they had a thing called shock probation, which is kind of like a scared straight program, where they would send you to prison. You would see what it was about. You go to some little pea farm and it would be like whatever, and you'd get to do the general video of what prison does, and then that would scare you, and then they would stick you on probation, kind of like Safe P.
Let me tell you how they scared Lawrence Matthews, who had never done nothing, who was really a good kid, honest. You know how they scared him? Reality, they put him in prison for the rest of his life. He's in there for the rest of his life, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. You can see the duality if you compare these cases.
In Inkster, right. In Inkster High School, there was a bunch of bad kids. He wasn't one of them. Yeah, he's in there for the rest of his life. And check this out, man. This is sad too, and I feel bad. I've never written him. Hear the
Never written him.
story. He called me Pops. I've never written him one time.
Why not?
A whole bunch of reasons. One of them is the other kid that he killed was one of my kids too.
Oh.
And I've just been torn by it, and I don't know why I haven't. I don't know why I haven't written him, and I probably won't. I don't know why, but I try to give my heart to everybody. But if you don't follow the path, I can't give my heart to everybody because I'm only one person. I gotta help the K's of the world who are trying to get some help and have a Dawson that's saying, "Mama, mama, please." I gotta help her. The minute Kay say, "The hell with Dawson," I gotta go help Donna. I gotta help this person. You get burned out helping people who don't really want to be helped.
Yeah.
And so in order to not get burnt out, you got to stay with the dolphin side of it. But just a good side. Hey, Robert, you're new. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I work with Iron Man. I do metal buildings a lot and lived in Texas for a good bit. And there's like law enforcement. There's good law enforcement and bad law enforcement. I don't have no problem with them too much. I know they're trying to do their job. Some of them take it a little too far. I live in Koontz and I got pulled over one time and had a little less than a gram on me. And they think I'm the worst person in the world. Now,
we lost him. We lost you, Robert. Okay, y'all got to be quick on your feet now with the mute button. Okay, we lost you, Robert. You just on mute. If you take the mute off, you can finish it up. Go ahead.
Hey, you hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah. See, I live in Koontz, and I got popped that one time, and now it's like they're out to get me. Every time I turn around, every time they see me, they just see my truck. They come up behind me real fast, follow me. It's like some kind of game.
Yep.
And I want to go to the chief and tell him, like, look, y'all harassing me, but I don't want to go do that and then make them come after me even more.
Okay.
So
This is awesome. Donna's and Kay's and even Terry, because you finishing up too. Okay, check this out. I love y'all to death. I want y'all to love me, and I really do. But my new people, especially, you kind of watch this as newer people come in. You kind of missing this because this CPS case ain't got shit to do with you. It don't have nothing to do with you. You say yes, it do, because yeah, you're right. Okay. But you know what? Who really got to do with your kids? I'm talking to you for your kids. If you got a situation, you need to develop your why and handle that situation. You're not going to change City Hall. You're not going to change City Hall. And so I look at Robert's situation. I say, to me, I'm an old cat. Remember, I'm old and I don't give a shit about a bunch of stuff. But if the police are harassing me, this is what I do anyway. When I get stopped, this is what I do. And I don't have no damn record. I ain't even smoked a cigarette before I was 16. I put my hands on the handlebar. I do. I don't do this. I'll be like, hey, how you doing? You okay? I don't bring the sharks of this, but I put my damn hands where you can see them. And so that's what I'm saying, guys. That's some bullshit. I shouldn't have to do that. I ain't done shit my whole life. But my why is this. First, I got 3 dogs that ain't gonna make it if I don't come home. My wife loved the shit out of me. She really do. I got kids. I got a family. Oh my God. I ain't got time for this police officer who really probably don't like me because my shirt is orange. I don't give a shit. I know he might not like me because my shirt is orange. And so I don't deal with him. Hey, how you doing, sir? Yeah, okay. Hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my registration in my. I don't say, can I get my damn registration? That's what you have to teach your kids. Dads, not to worry about racism. That's a yeah, whatever. They need to develop their minds so they can go become presidents and really change the damn world. And that's your job. It's not the foster parents' job. They not even want the job. They're getting paid to babysit. They don't get no extra money to be awesome.
You know, there's something that people should watch. It's funny, but it's also true. It's called Chris Rock's How to Get Your Ass Kicked by the Police. And he's going over some of the things, the ways you don't get your ass kicked by the police, but it's common sense things, but it tells you, but he makes it funny. You should watch it.
Put it on the chat so we can all hear it. Who else did their homework?
How you do that?
That y'all learning, bro. It's a button at the bottom.
The funny thing about law enforcement is that I've been pulled over when I first got my license. The first time I've been pulled over, all the way to now, every time I get pulled over, I get searched. Every time. I'm 34. I got my license when I was 18. Every time I get pulled over, I get searched.
Okay.
Now
So
my kids. Now the reason my kids got taken, or because the girl that my baby mama that I've been with for a while, there was another girl that wanted to be with me, and she got jealous, so she called CPS on her, and they came in and drug tested us.
did you pass the drug test?
No, we failed it.
Okay, so that's where I want to zero in on my parents that I love so much. If I let every one of you give an example of why CPS took your case, CPS would be wrong in every situation. And we could sit here for hours and talk about how bullshit CPS is. I worked for them. I could lead the conversation. But this is, I'm telling y'all, man, this is important now because don't nobody want to hear your whine song. Your kid, I'm talking to everybody, me too. Your kid is in foster care, and you don't get them back until you say some shit like this. It was my fault, and I'm gonna get my shit together. And you could go months and months because you're like, it really wasn't my fault. Okay, cool. You can go years and years. I had a case that went 3 years one time. But until you say it was my fault and I got to get my shit together, your kid is going to be making sure the foster parents get a minimum of $900 a month. Let's talk about the real situation here. Foster parents get paid to babysit your kids. They not, and I love foster parents, don't get me wrong, but foster dad is not taking your kid to the little league game and staying all game. He dropping their ass off. Your kids need you. So parents, don't get mad at me. Promise you won't. But don't nobody want to hear your damn story. I want to hear how you messed up, how you gonna get your shit together. And hey, Terry didn't even mess up. Terry didn't do shit. He came into a situation and his kids got snatched. And so he can say, that's some bullshit. My kids got snatched. Or he can say, dolphins, dolphins, dolphins. Give me an ass to kiss. I'm kissing it because I need my kids. I need my parents to understand that, y'all.
I'm tongue kissing ass to get mine.
Hey, that's posted now.
I mean, I eat the groceries.
I ain't mad at you.
I eat the groceries. I'm not playing. For my kid, I eat shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm 61, guys, and I got great memories with my kids. Oh my God. One time I'm driving 100 miles an hour on the freeway just to see them back. One time my daughter said some drunk white man ran into the garage door and it was her ass taking the car. With the memories that I have, I tongue kiss an ass too. And I eat shit and burp and talk about how good it tastes. Because those memories, hey man, I got a chat line. I tell y'all that all the time. You know what my son named it recently? Father and son. So we got a chat line, me and my two boys, and it's called Father, and we chat all damn day. I eat shit like a motherfucker. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But eating shit for the memories. And so I'm fighting for your memories. Dawson needs to graduate, Kay. Dakota needs to come say, hey, mom, this boy likes me. What should I do? Only you got the answer. Foster mom ain't gonna give a shit. And I ain't talking about foster moms. I'm telling you, I'm not talking about them. But she is not you. And Donna says, oh my God, they might not give me my kids back because they know how to push my buttons. Donna, if I was close to you and wasn't nobody looking and you told me that shit, that's the easiest one. Guys, you fucked up. You screwed up. You messed up. You messed up. Even if you didn't mess up, you messed up. That's the road to get your babies back. And it's all about effective praise. Smiling. I screwed up. That's the anybody do a rehab, first thing they want you to finally say is, I screwed up. Say that. That's your homework assignment over the weekend. You say, but I didn't mess up. I say, I don't give a shit. Get your kids back. And when the judge gives you a chance to talk, you have a format to use. Well, sir, you know, when I have to discipline my kids, I'm gonna tell you something, sir. I'm gonna release the dolphins. He might be like, what's that? I'm gonna release the dolphins. And I'm gonna release the dolphins lets them know that I love them. And when I'm trying to correct their behavior, I'm doing it out of love. Not, listen, you know I love you. Yeah, they know, but damn. Correcting problems means, old school, it meant whoop their ass. New school, it means prepare them to handle anger. Because you all know, y'all watched the 13th, and you know that the system out here is looking forward to getting your kids. The system wants your kids. And you know this. Who else did their homework assignment? Somebody said right here, Josh. Yeah, there you go.
What?
In the chat. In the bottom, Josh, is something that says chat, and it's probably red. When somebody puts something in there, it's red. So look on the bottom, and if somebody chats up there, and I don't have no problem with you guys doing that, you guys be chatting your ass off, and I think that's awesome because we're sharing resources.
Oh no, I put that thing up there in the chat. There's a link.
There you go.
Mr. Pascal,
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to share something with you guys. The other day I had to visit with my kids, and Rosalie was covered head to toe in bruises from the foster home she was in. Okay. And so I showed the CPS worker that was there these bruises on my little girl. My little girl's 3 years old. And this isn't the first time this has happened. So finally, the CPS worker seen these bruises on her, and she got removed from that foster home. Thank God. But that's just something I want you guys to hear, that the foster parents, Mr. Pascal's right when he says that the foster parents, they're not going to love the kids like we are. That's why we got to get our shit together so we can get our fucking kids back, because the foster parents don't love them like we do. And my little girl, she's 3 years old. There ain't no reason. So thank God that they seen that and they took her out of there. But I mean, this shit's important. And you know, so I just hope everybody is really listening to what he's saying, so that, because it's just so important.
Let me tell you a story about David. David was a white kid. David was one of my favorites, man, because he was so damn smart. But anyway, David was in a foster home in Baytown. We would have to go to Baytown for the visits with his mom. I love the visits because mom visited for 2 hours and dad got 2 hours. 4 hours in McDonald's. Come on, y'all. I'm playing. But anyway, The poor kid, he started coming to the meetings. He'd be like, hey, Mr. Pasco, hey. And he would have bruises on. The parents be like, I called and called. Check this out. No, I ain't finished. He was one of kid of 27. The other 27 were all black. I love black and white people. I ain't prejudiced. But he was this poor white kid, and here were 27 kids in a group home. And so he would have bruises on him and shit. And the parents would be like, I called and called and called. Nobody would call me back. What the hell's going on? And they would get mad. They would get mad. And nobody give a shit. They got their call when they got their call. David was on 13 drugs, medications. Now, when dad finally got him back, mom was saying the dad wasn't shit. She did everything in her heart to make, she was like, if I can't get him, nobody get him. Finally, dad, 3 years, finally dad got him back. He went from 13 medications and always being drugged to hell, not to mention speaking in my parenting classes and shit in front of my parents, not to mention that part. But he told a story one time. He went from 13 medications in the group home to now he only takes 1 medication. And then he got a letter from a teacher who didn't know none of this shit. Please listen to me. You got to hear this. The teacher said, oh my God, you're everything. The letter said that he was an inspiration for her to keep teaching. She didn't know where he came from. And so David was a kid who, if his daddy didn't fight for him extra hard, he would have got lost. Oh, wait a minute. He ended up going to Temple, Texas, because he put a fire in the group home with all them damn people because he thought that would get his parents back. He started a fire. So guys, I'm talking from the kid perspective, and sometimes y'all got to make sure y'all promise me you don't get mad at me and shit, quit coming to my class, because I'm talking from the kids' perspective, and they don't want to hear the shit about your problems. They just want to come home. They don't want to hear that shit. And so when you say it to me, and I love you so much, and I do want to hear it, but the kids don't want to hear that shit. They just want to come home. And I love my foster parents. I do. Most of them are great people, but they are not you. That's my only point. And so you got to get your shit together. You could be the worst dad in the world in CPS eyes, but your son loves you like you a superhero. He don't listen to damn CPS. He don't listen to nobody. So Kay talked about her 3-year-old. Her 3-year-old, if she does not have special needs, foster parent gets $900 a month. Now, when you multiply that shit by 12 for a year, that's pretty damn close to about 10, 11,000. And she's only 3. So that's 15 years. Let's just say 10 because it's a pretty easy number. For 15 years till she turns 18, they're going to make how much money? Over $100,000. And she got 2 of Kay's kids. Some of y'all be talking to the foster parents and shit like y'all, you they friend. Don't talk to nobody. Get your damn kids back. Talk to the caseworker. What do I need to do? How do I need to do it? You got to go to anger management. I don't have no anger issues. You got to go to anger management. Then damn it, I didn't just sign. Parenting classes can help you get your kids back like y'all doing now. You doing your damn homework. When your caseworker says, how are they doing in parenting class? Oh my God. Josh did a homework assignment and you could just see the change in them. Y'all see the damn change? I ain't done shit. But when you start listening about meth, oh my God, it takes 12 to 18 months to get that shit out your system. Your babies cannot get caught up in meth. No, you got to get your shit together today and get them back. Because who gonna teach them better than you? Foster parent don't even know what meth is. I can't help a meth kid. I don't even know what meth is. I'm learning from y'all. You got to get your babies back, guys. The system is not ready for the abundance of kids that's coming to it. And what's your why? What's your damn why? My why is I love my kids. And that ain't no damn why. Why comes deep inside. When you really know your why, people have to shut you up. Who else did the homework assignment? It's okay if you didn't. We can. I got plenty of material. Shit.
Mr.
Hey,
Pascal, I'm gonna send mine to you because it's being recorded and I have court on Monday. So I'm gonna email mine to you.
That's cool. That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Donna has court on Monday. She has Super Bowl, and you know what? I'm serious, Donna. I ain't trying to hear no pity story coming Wednesday. You know, it's too important, bro. The 1 and 2-year-old have spiritually told me to tell you they love you, and they're looking forward to a great relationship with you for the rest of their life. And they ain't gonna never even know me, but the spirit just told me to tell you that shit. They trying to have
Thank you.
Thanksgiving dinner at your house. You know what I mean? Shit, you cook better than foster mom, they said.
They did. My
Mr.
daughter
Pa-
just told me last night she missed my cowboy beans.
Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So when you get into the Super Bowl and you going against the other team and they trying to make you fumble and throw an interception, shit, they can try all they want to. You got your mission is way bigger than that. Foster mom, foster caseworker. I understand what you said, and you know what, you're right. You be like, she ain't right about shit. But you throwing dolphins, you're right. And you know, to be honest with you guys, that kind of used to make me mad, but I've learned this is not about me. This is about my grandbabies, and I have to get, you know what I'm saying? And I just made that shit up. You got the whole
Mr.
weekend.
Pascal,
Yes, ma'am. Talk to me.
I'm going to see my son Sunday.
Where at?
I'm going to Gilmer. He just turned 1 last week.
congratulations.
My heart bleeds for you guys, because do you see him 2 hours a month?
I see him 3 hours every other week.
3 hours every other week. Okay, 3, 6. Okay, good. You know, some visits people only see their babies 2 hours a month, and then scientifically, you can't bond with a baby 2 hours a month. And if there's a meth case, this is what they tell us. They say, listen, Pascal, don't let the mom hug the kid. Don't let her, if she gives them anything, it has to be wrapped. So if you bring candy, it has to be in the bag that you open. You can't bring candy and give it to them. You know what? And I got to say, Mr. Josh, sir, I have to kill him with dolphins because what I'm about to tell him going to make him whoop my ass. Mr. Josh, sir, caseworker said, wasn't me, it was her ass, that you can't hug your baby. You're like, what the fuck you mean I can't hug my baby? Sir, I'm sorry, you can't hug your baby. Yeah, because meth, y'all already know, can be in your clothes. And it could come through your clothes, go into their system, and they could catch it. And just think about how many babies are out here right now living in meth houses and going to school with your babies. That's why you got to be awesome, bro. You got to be awesome. You can't just be a parent like my mom and dad and your mom and dad. You got to be awesome. Hey, Robert, who taught you how to be a parent? 9:55. Robert, you got to go quick, bro. Who taught you how to be a parent? You got to unmute me. Unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead.
My mom did. My mom raised me, my brother, and my sister our whole life. I never had a father. My mom told me, don't rely on nobody else. If you want something, go do it. My mom walked many miles just to go to work every day. Just to do what she has to do to provide for us. She taught me, don't rely on nobody else.
Okay.
And she, that right there, and then my sister, I helped take care of my sister a lot, so that kind of helped me out right there on how to take care of a baby and all that. And she'd start fussing. I'd have to put her in a little stroller, and me and her would go walking up down the sidewalk, and she'd go to sleep. Or I'd put her in the car, and we'd go riding around the block a couple times, listen to music.
First of all, foster dad ain't going in the car riding around the block every day. I got to make sure I clarify that when I say that, because there's some awesome foster parents, but statistically, foster parents ain't putting them in the car and riding around the block. But my point is this, Robert, and if I ask you who taught your mom how to be a parent, you would have said her mom, and then I would have said 1920, 1930, because I don't want none of my parents to feel bad about being in parenting classes. But we don't know. Nobody, people that taught us how to be parents, it was a different era. My mom used to make me go to the room. I only had channel 2, 4, and 7, and sometimes channel 9. And they wasn't talking about shit. When you send your kids to the room, they got cell phones that you don't even know they got with the internet on them. My mom ain't shit. Oh, boo, what's wrong? She tripping? Yeah, she always cussing. Oh, boo, that's terrible. You don't deserve that. Y'all, the guys on here, you know guys ain't shit. Young guys, they ain't shit. We wasn't shit. And how you gonna let your babies grow up with these no shit guys without you? Think about that for a minute. You know how guys are. Your baby needs you, but she don't need you yelling, screaming, and being critical. She needs you to have a partnership with her so she can say, Dad, this boy likes me. And you don't be like, oh, hell, I'm going to get my shotgun. Shut up. That shit old. Invite their ass to dinner. You can get your shotgun mentally.
Mr. Paschal,
Talk to me.
I have I know the time is running, so I'll
Damn,
just
take that time.
I'll catch it on the next meeting we have.
No,
But I have an update on a news story about Aaron. This is a good one.
I love
This is a
Aaron.
real good one. But I'll just do it next meeting. But I want to let you know, oh man, this is the ultimate.
Okay, road rage. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Say that to Monday. We're gonna open with that Monday, Terry Monday. But check this out, guys. Terry Monday. She's 11 years old.
Well, she just turned 12. She just turned 12. So she's 12 now.
She's 12. She sounds incredibly smart. I'm just gonna set the stage before I let y'all go. She sounds incredibly smart, and I would bet any of y'all a nickel if Terry wasn't listening that she probably smarter than her damn parents. All y'all kids are. And so my guess is that if Terry and the mom try to be smarter than the kid, they got a lost battle.
It wouldn't work.
It won't work. But if they partner with that damn kid, the kid gonna be a president. And so when he talks about the problems, when Donna is going to be in court dealing with Dakota, who's also 12, who's also smart, Donna's going to be in the fight of her life, and we're going to be hearing the story from Terry, and we're going to spiritually come inside Donna. You're going to spiritually come. Matter of fact, Donna, you ain't going to even be listening and shit, and we're going to mention your name about 10, 12 times. Don't you come back to class Wednesday talking about that caseworker one? She got me mad. I'm going to jump through this damn screen on your ass.
Me too.
Yeah, and my big butt is going to hardly, I'm going to have to squeeze in there, but I'm coming through.
Thank you.
Come on now. And so we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to have the parent tools in front of me. And whatever situation Terry brings up, I'm going to use the parenting tools to partner a relationship, because the problems that she has now at 12 ain't going to be nowhere near the damn problem she's going to have at 18. And they're going to need you. They're going to need you. Not the foster parent. They're going to need you. Matter of fact, this is one of y'all caseworkers coming from Livingston. I don't know who. It might be yours, Ann, if you're still here. But I'll talk to her later.
I'm still here.
Okay. Hey guys, your homework assignment. First of all, who does not have road rage? Does not have road rage. Okay.
I don't.
Your homework assignment, the road rage people. This is important. We're going to talk about this Monday after Terry talk. Your road rage happens like this. Road rage, you want to kill a motherfucker, and if everything happens real quick, you go kill each other. One of y'all go to jail, one of y'all die. Your homework assignment is, when the road rage happens and you're ready to kill them, you don't kill them. You turn on a song, and then you tell us in class Monday how long it took you to forget all about that motherfucker. Excuse my French. You're going to put
That
on
might be
fun.
my,
Huh?
that might be my caseworker, Shaquinta Living.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Whatever, I'll call her. Your homework assignment is, when they road rage you, normally you would speed up and go kill them, but your homework assignment says you can't kill them this time. You got to turn on a record, start singing it. You got to tell us what record you turned on, and you're going to start singing it, acting silly and shit. and then tell us how long it took you to forget all about that road rage. Because we know people that have died because somebody almost cut them off on the traffic. They don't have no why.
You know,
Okay, any questions on that? This hour goes too damn fast, don't it? Oh my God. Shit. But I appreciate you guys so much. Go ahead, somebody have to say something. I'll shut up when we get out here.
I got a question.
Bye, y'all. Thank you. Oh,
Question, go ahead, Robert.
I'm a foreman and I'm a do construction, and I got guys that be waiting on me.
Okay.
I know I'm supposed to be doing this an hour every 3 times a week.
Yes, sir.
So there's probably gonna be times where I'm gonna have to cut in or out to go deal with my guys before they mess anything up.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna do.
It's like I'm in school. I'm the teacher and they're the kids. I gotta go pick them up. All right, y'all, get on the school bus. All right, y'all get out to the school bus. Go to work. It's lunchtime. Come on.
Do that, Robert, and then what'll happen is periodically when you come back, I'm gonna challenge you with questions and making sure that you're getting it. And as long as you're getting it, we good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other? Hey guys, if I'm not sending you an email, please send me a text saying, "Give me my damn link to the class." I don't know why you're not getting them, but I want everybody to be here. I love y'all
am
so
I the
much.
only one that don't ever get them from you?
Huh?
I said, am I the only one that don't get them from you?
Somebody else sent me.
No, I had to text him this morning to get them too.
So I don't, whatever. We're gonna fix that problem easy. Just text me. I want you here. Trust me. I don't care when it is. I love y'all so much. You just don't know that. I taught school for 12 years and I used to pray for the parents. And there you are.
Miss Pascal, I got some homework or what?
Yes. Oh, you don't have no road rage, do you? No. Hey, your homework assignment is to tell us about your visit. I don't want to hear the little corny shit. It was beautiful. I loved them. I want you to tell me about the visit. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. See y'all Monday.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, hey, Miss Donna, we're gonna be praying for you that everything go well for you Monday, okay?
Yes.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.
I'll be careful.
Go get them, Donna. See you Wednesday. Kick ass. Send me an email. Let me know what happened.